Good evening, friends from all over Europe. Welcome back to Metal Detector Pairing International. Welcome back to our appointment that goes every 2 weeks. It's quite a pleasure to see you again. I hope you will enjoy tonight. Tonight we have a very, very peculiar band, but I don't want to spoil anything about what's coming because this is the duty of my good friend, Miss Fortune.
Hi there.
Hey,
How are
how's it
you?
going? I feel like shit actually because
Hi.
we're again in lockdown and for all of you around who are not familiar with Italian situation. We are locked in our homes again, and it's quite a pleasure to be again in a cage. And how are you?
Uh, since I'm not in a lockdown yet, slightly better, I guess.
Slightly better. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
I actually bother to dress also on the waist down. I have a pair of jeans, so
Okay, fine. So
but
you're
other than that,
not
fine.
you're not like those work interview where you have your top all done and stuff and just nothing underneath the camera, right?
Yeah, exactly,
You
exactly. No,
swear?
I'm dressed. No,
Okay, okay,
I'm
okay,
dressed.
fine.
I'm fully
Okay,
dressed.
we believe you.
Okay,
So who's the guest tonight?
we have quite the band tonight. We have a Swedish band. They're called The Way of Purity. Name it's an interesting name,
Yeah,
and it's an interesting project.
is it?
I don't want to spoil anything yet, but you will
Okay,
see.
cool. Okay,
So
cool.
we are going to introduce them.
Fine.
Fine. Okay. We have with us tonight Saitam and Faith. Hi, guys.
Hello
Hello.
guys. Hello guys. Welcome to our little room of friends. Tonight we're gonna talk a little about your project. So feel free to explain everything about you to all of our watchers, and feel free to uh, answer to all the questions that Miss Fortune, my delightful Miss Fortune, is gonna ask you. So welcome.
I'm
And
actually I'm the nice one. He's the dangerous one. So
yeah, this is definitely true.
don't fear me.
All right.
Okay, we're ready.
Okay. Your project is not something you see every day. And so I want to start with the basic. I want to know how did you guys become a band? How the project was born? Let's start from that.
This
Who
is
will
for
start?
Faith.
Faith? Okay.
Faith, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Woman first.
Okay. So basically, first thing is this is not a band. This is not a common band. This is a project, and we have met all of our mates, let's say, during our personal journey. So every one of us started to make music many years ago. I have to say we are all musicians. We are all professional musicians. Everyone in the project, I mean, and we just find and vibe together and attract ourselves and started to fight for the same reason. Basically, we were already fighting for the same reason. We're all vegan. We're all in defense of animals, and this project is basically something we wanted to do to push the attention of people in the animal rights. Okay, so we are activists, and this is our way to fight. Let's say also that as this is not a band, everyone in the band can switch. We had people in, we had people out. We don't base our project on persons because everyone can do everything. So this project has been made in this exactly way of thinking, let's say.
So you're not pretty strictly based on the lineup. It's the concept that matters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So and you're playing together. You're playing together. This project exists since 2010. So it's 11 years of career, of life. And how did the band and the project change during these 11 years, Satan?
I would say it changes with every album. I think there's no one album that is the same. So we're constantly pushing the sound and the way we create the music. So it's a constant evolution.
Okay. Practically, the way of purity is giving voice to someone who has not a voice of his own. You're advocating for animal rights and for the Alpha, the Animal Liberation Front, and we're going to speak about it in a while. And I want to know how does it how it does it influence your life, your everyday life?
Of course, we are always this mindset is present in every moment of our life. I could say that the simple food thing is not it is the smallest part of it. You can see that animals are totally exploited, totally they have, as you said, no voice, no rights, and the most part of people, they basically don't think about animals. If you say a dog, they think a dog is something that I own, that I can bring out to go somewhere. But no, that's not like that. And we have this kind of respect and sacrality of animals. So we really want to make a change in every aspect of our life where animals are inside. You can see animals on the streets, and cars driving very fast and no respect for them. This is the first thing that comes to my mind. So really, we try to be as respectful as we can in every moment.
It's a trend. Animals are pretty much accessories right now. Something cute you have inside your life, something that improve your look and your status. And it's alarming because it, sometimes it happens with kids too, and it's pretty alarming. And usually you can imagine being vegan is something sweet, something forgive me the expression, a little hippie, but instead you have a very strong image. Your lyrics, your videos, your looks, it's pretty violent. You're pretty aggressive. Why do you think there's this difference?
Well, animal cruelty is pretty violent. So that is a lot what we play on. It's I see how you can see that the veganism is a sort of hippie thing, but the cruelty to animals makes us really angry, and I don't say violent, but violent tendencies. So yeah, that's what's feeding us the injustice, and it makes us very angry.
And you have every right to.
I have a I have a question for Faith.
Yes.
You mentioned that this is not a band.
Hmm.
So basically, I imagine this as a collective. No,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like many people around gathered around the same topic, same idea. It reminds me a little of. It's quite different, but the concept is pretty next to. I'm losing the name now. The Black Label Society. I think you know the group. So I'm curious how many musicians have joined your crusade, if we can say, if we can use this word, how many musicians joined your crusade throughout the years? How many of you have participated to this project, and why?
Starting in 2010, 2011, basically. Um, kind of 25 musicians joined the band, and they contributed with their art, with their message, with their music, sharing the same vision. But I have to say that we have a lot of supporters, friends, colleagues that are not playing straight in the band. They never played in the band, but they support our vision, and they are friends, and they are near us. So counting them, this would be like 50 people, not more, because this is not something we want to. This is not something. Hey, yeah, we're vegan. Yeah, come in. No, this is your personal choice, your personal fight. If you don't feel it, it's better if you don't make it, because we are talking about real act, real things to be done. And music is the best message, the best way to give this message of respect to the animals. So a lot of people shared our vision. We're not a few. I can say that 25 musicians during the years, there are quite a few. If you think
Yeah, it's,
they're
it's, a, it's a whole bunch actually.
they're all well committed. Into their entire life is committed to this. So it's a good sign.
Okay, I
Uh,
get you.
I wanted to ask you. You said that music is the best way to share this message. Have you ever thought about doing something else, like other media, movies, short movies, other than music?
If you don't mind, Saitama, I will answer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
We are collaborating with some video makers, and we're trying to involve what you can see thing inside the music. I don't know, not inside, but in the same on the same way, parallel
Alongside.
music. So I think we did good things for this last record, for these last singles, but basically live shows, not other kind of medias, but live shows would be the best way to promote this message, to not promote but to share this message with other people when we would.
It would be possible to do live shows.
Yeah.
And going on this wave, Saitam, if you don't mind,
Yeah.
what you guys doing now since live shows cannot be played? I mean, how are you pursuing this mission without live shows?
Well, we do what we can do. It's we promote the message, and we work on new material for the next album.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what we've been busy with now the couple of this year now. So yeah,
It's been a tough year.
it's been a tough year for everyone. Yes.
Faith, um,
Yes.
you say humanity face an inevitable extinction in about 20 years. And I really want to know more. That caught my eye, and I'm really, really curious about it. Can you explain that to me a little bit in the details?
Yeah, basically, first of all, what I'm gonna say is something we try to research with the other members. So think that I'm someone speaking for a collective mass of people. What we know is that planet Earth has some um, has some. We got some water, we got some air, we got some plants. Okay, and they are not unlimited. So animals have always been in the perfect balance with these resources. That was the word. When the human race came in, we started to eat these resources without giving anything back, and we are not in balance anymore. And I guess we can see that in this particular moment. We are full of scientists saying that the resources are over. They are over. You know that every year there's a day when the scientists they tell us, okay, today we already consumed a part of our year resources, and this day is every year earlier. So basically, it's a big problem, and we knew that because after the Second World War, people in America they paid a lot of scientists to make this kind of research, and I think the last one has been done in every year, blah blah blah, every decade, and the last one was like in the 90s, the last official one. And this research was like, okay, people, the Earth is gonna, the human race is gonna be over before 2050. So what are we gonna do? And actually, we still have no solution. So
It looks
this is,
like we don't want to find a solution. There's
yeah, agree.
there's no agenda for finding a solution right now.
Maybe someone has an agenda, but for sure, common people, we don't know what to do because let's see. In the 80s, they told you, hey, you can use a plastic glass. You can use one each day, two each day. Don't mind. Use plastic and then throw it away. But we knew that plastic can take how many years to decompose? A lot of years, a lot of centuries.
Decades.
So we are all in this process. We're all killers of the planet and of all the animals, and we are the only race that is making this unbalanced process.
Yeah.
So
There was in Matrix that Agent Smith said that we are a virus. That we are the only living thing that does not live in balance with their host planet. So it's something silly as a movie, but quite say it exactly. Is a really on spot description of humanity.
Yeah, I will just add my piece of thought about what you said, Fleet. And I'm pretty not near, but I'm pretty concerned about environmental matters. So, being vegan or not, being activists or not, I think that we all need to start doing our own part on this. But since I'm my girlfriend is pretty much involved in this, I can tell you, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, because probably you know much more than me. That this kind of shift be should start from the top of the chain. I mean, for how much we can start saving bottle of water and start using alternatives to plastics. We know that there are 3, 4 countries that are completely out of control about this matter. I'm saying India, I'm speaking about Pakistan, I'm speaking about China. How do you guys are trying to spread the message about the top of the chain, if you are?
Well, with these countries you mentioned, I think you also have to look at the population, and if you take into calculation how much pollution they produce per capita, it's a lot less than we are doing here in Europe per person. So if they would live as we do here, they would produce enormous amounts more of pollution. So we can't really, I don't think we can really tell them that you guys should stop consuming and polluting so much, because we are actually doing a lot worse here.
And does this apply to China as well? I'm really asking, just asking.
I can't say I have the correct numbers in my head, but if you take it per capita, it's a lot less
Oh, okay.
in China. Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't informed. I wasn't informed about this. I think I will go further. So thank you.
So yeah, yeah. Sorry.
No.
Yeah. So I think yes, of course, these countries are polluting a lot, and it's a big problem. But I don't think we should blame them in that sort of way. We have to do it all together, and we have to be in the forefront to show them how it can be done.
Leading by example.
Yes.
Faith, pollution and animal exploitation is something that's strictly linked with capitalism. Do you think there is a way for us as humanity, I mean, to somehow stop it, to change this way, or we are so deep in capitalism that we are not will be able to change it?
Well, this is a very important question. I think every one of us in the latest 10 months, at least, we have researched for the word capitalism in the internet, or we made our research on globalization and this kind of stuff. I've made my mind, because I've been really considering this thing, like, okay, how can we change this situation? It's not possible that we are at the base of this pyramid. We are not on the top. We are, every one of us here in this room, in this digital room, we are in the base, and we are the most part of the people in the world. So there must be a way to change this trend, because this is a trend. So my personal answer would be to create local economies, because I'm thinking about the biggest metropolis. They're in a shitty situation now. They're in a really bad situation right now. But if you look at the small towns, the people are much more happier. They work, they produce in a sustainable way. So I think personally, I think that if we restart our cycle from the small communities of people, this could be an answer. This could be a way to switch from this huge, massive capitalism that led us nowhere, to a new kind of word. Because, okay, for example, globalization is not necessarily a bad thing, but if globalization has taken us to flatten our personal culture, our countries, our nationalities, our differences, this is not a good thing. I mean, we really need to remind our roots, our culture, our language, our traditions, because these things made us what we are. Okay, so I think if we go back to small communities of people, small towns, and every community can produce, consume all this in a sustainable way for planet Earth, this could be a starting point. But this is only my personal vision. I'm not in a position where I can be in charge. I'm not in charge of anything. Just one of the lead singer in the Weird Purity. So
But you know, the what you just said, in my personal view, is already happening. And I can tell you it is happening because I am part of a small town. And I used to be part of a big town. And I'm telling you that this last year, with all the odds and problems that carried along, helped this kind of evolution. Because, you know, now the many jobs are not related to a physical point on the map. Now you can be in a smart connection with what you do. Of course, many jobs are not, and people that can basically work from everywhere, like I do, because I'm an advertiser, a marketer. I can work from wherever I want. So I decided to come back to a small community, live in fresh air at the base of beautiful mountains. You know, and many youngsters. Well, I'm not that young actually, but many youngsters are doing the same thing because in small communities where the production is, as we say in Italy, kilometro zero, is 0 kilometers from you, is better. It's simply better. If you try it, you stick on it. But you know, guys, you said one very important things at the very beginning of the broadcast, that you are using music to make your message travel from mouth to mouth, from ear to ear, from people to people. And if you all agree, I would like to show the guys that are connected with our broadcast tonight your video and make them listen some music of you guys.
Great.
That's perfect. So I'm asking Evo from the bottom room to launch the Way of Purity song that we have for tonight and put all of our faces out. Just one second of patience, guys. Sally, would you like to introduce the video? Because I know that you have many things to say about that.
Okay, I've watched the video and it's quite has quite a punch. It's really hard somehow. And now we see it. I want to ask a couple of things after. If
Pitch black reigns the world black. Pitch black reigns the world black. Pitch black reigns the world black. Pitch black reigns the world. Sour air. Still power. black raise the world. Pitch black raise the world. Too much is not the word. Kill them all before we're so hard. Execute turns into putrid. Not the time for poison liquid. Not the time for poison
Okay, we're back.
Oh, sorry, I was muted, but I said, just where we get back from the video, I said, oh, well, speaking about messages.
It's something. It's really something. It's punch you right in the stomach, and I guess it was the idea behind it. So, who came up with the concept of the video?
Who's that?
Fate?
Who's answering?
Okay. I have to say there's a brilliant mind with us. Thank you, Marco Capelli. There's this really clever guy that is working in this project with us, and he was in the alternative music world since the 90s. He's really one of the best minds for composition, for messages, for anything. Actually, is really brilliant, and he really wanted this kind of concept for this first single in the album, because metaphorically, this was meant to say that we needed to purify all our minds, all the planets, and if you don't do this, the planet will collapse. So we all agreed with this kind of concept for the first video, and we realized this before the pandemic. And the second single is called The Plague. So I'm laughing now, but there's nothing to laugh about. But I mean, maybe everyone of us knew that the world needed some kind of way to purify from the bad features of the human race. I mean, to be greedy, to be evil, to be cruel towards animals, towards the plants, all the oceans. So this was the main concept behind the first video.
It also has an esoterical twist. So you see pretty much a ritual, and it was something intentional, or it was some kind of metaphor.
For me, this was a metaphor, but we will need to ask to the mind that settled the project. But for me, this was very strong, very deeply metaphorical. We really need to, after this period of time, we all need to clear our minds and really change our mindset. So this ritual was meant for me for this reason.
Okay. The album is called Schwarz oder Rot. So why is German, right? So why this kind of title? Why in German, and what does it mean? Saitama?
Well, it's, if you also look at the typeface of the font and the colors with the red, it's all we want to provoke, and it's, of course, you can draw a lot of comparisons to the Nazis with that German title and the typeface. So it's a punch with that behind of it. So yeah.
And how did you choose that song for the first single? Why this one?
It had a bit of both. It was catchy, and it was at the same time pretty brutal and hard. So we thought it was a good showcase for the whole album as a whole. It had a bit of everything in it. So you listen to this song and you will get an idea of what the rest of the album is about.
Guys, speaking about music, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you are kind of Sweden based, right?
Mm, we're world based.
Word based, okay. So, how would you describe the world underground music scene at the moment? If are you bonding with the other projects, bands, or no? How did you find any kind of problem, difficulties finding gigs and bringing your music around? Faith.
My vision is pretty destructive. So I really think that the music market, because this is a market, since we started to sell music, something that is not made to be sold, okay? So this is basically wrong from the beginning. And this kind of market started to collapse in, I think the music crisis was on in 2005, 2006, when people started to not buy music anymore, because you could download it, you could stream it. So no, download it, sorry. So all this started to collapse 15 years ago. Now we are at the end of this, and I can still see people, how can I say that, trying to grasp the bottom, trying to steal money from young composers, for example. It's like everyone want to do their worst to to earn €10, $10 more. So all the music industry is at the end of this journey, and I'm happy that this started to collapse, because it was not good. It was not the right way, in my opinion. In the underground, we can see the same mistakes that they made in the mainstream music. So all the worst of the mainstream, I could see that in the underground, performed by people that are not even knowing what they are talking about. Let's say economic part of business, the music management, blah blah blah. I can see a lot of people just trying to take advantage of young bands, young artists, and we are completely losing the focus of what music is. Since the beginning of time, all of us, we have music inside our soul. So there's no need to use music to make money. And I'm a professionist, I work with my music, but the thing is, music can make people feel what the artist is feeling when he composed the track, or when he paint a massive painting or whatever. So the purpose of the art is to make people feel the life, feel a lot of stuff, feel emotions, feel alive. If we start to make music or make art just to sell it, this is a big shit. This is not going to end well, and we are at the end of this. So also, I would like to say, actually, there are some people, professional people, who are working for keeping the underground music scene alive. In every European country, also in America, it's the same. There are a few really amazing persons, and I guess you guys are some of them, because we all need to keep this music scene alive from the roots, from the underground. For example, making this kind of format so you can stream young artists. Or I used to schedule a lot of shows, for example, for emerging bands in many places around. So we need to do this. We need to keep the music alive, but in a good way, not exploiting uh, the young guys who want to make it. But even this kind of manipulation, because it is a manipulation. You imagine I'm a 15 years old girl and I start to make this idea in my head. I want to learn to I want to sing because I want to be famous like Lady Gaga. This is sick in your head. You're sick. You can learn how to sing to make people feel better, to express yourselves for a lot of good purpose. But if you start to play because you want to find a good manager that make you famous, but are you, what the fuck are you, what is, this is crazy. Guys, sorry, I'm totally destructive for this, but I
No, I
also want
get
to
you.
keep an eye on the good people like you.
I get you.
So thank you. Let me thank you again for your
No, no, it's
support
fine.
to the music scene and to the way of
Thank
purity
you.
in this case.
We are on the same boat, I guess. So someone has to row. Well, I know, Sally, that we have another piece of media from the guys. So I'm pretty curious about that. I'd like you to introduce it and feed us.
We have a lyric video, actually.
Okay, so maybe Evo from the bottom room can launch it and put our ugly faces again off of the screen. Guys, we apologize for the tech issues we're having, but being under lockdown is making it's giving us a lot of problems, even speaking about bandwidth and other stuff. So in the end, we managed to launch your lyrics video. I loved it. And is this the same hand that prepared the other video you showed us tonight or not?
Yeah.
Saitam.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a newer song compared to the other one that we saw tonight, right?
Yeah, it's on the same album.
Same old. Okay.
Yes.
Guys, do you want to add anything to the lyric video that we just saw? Do you want to explain further, Faith?
I was reading the comments, and let me say hello to everyone who's following the live stream. And one guy wrote something really, really interesting. He wrote Meli, Scruco Meli. I think we're all standing on the abyss, and it is not bad to stop the descent. Everything is ending because of our selfishness. So basically, the concept is the same. And so we agree on the selfishness part, but I would like to say that I think it's good to keep descending down this abyss. We need to do this. It's a cathartic thing to do. It's the only solution to do, because as long as the Tao, the thing that shows the universe, the black and white thing. So if we want to go to the white part, we need the black part. And
Yeah.
if we as long as we go down deep down in this problem, in this thing, in this abyss, we will find the solution to go up again, to go not up but actually out of it. So I think all the things we wrote, all the things we filmed, whatever, we are trying to push this kind of concept, pushing on the bad thing to keep out the good part, because we need a good part. We need to be better than this. We humans, we can be better than this, and I think we are going to the better part of every one of us. So let's keep descending. till the end.
Well, guys, I must say it's been really a different night. Usually, this broadcast is music based. We host young artists speaking about their music, speaking about the scene, speaking about what not the music industry. Yeah, but tonight we were all about contents, and I'm quite happy. I hope your message has been delivered to all the people that are following this broadcast. And I know for sure we are not a little bunch tonight. And what else? Before bidding you goodbye, I would like you guys to explain what are your projects for the forthcoming year, maybe for the 2021, 2022. Saitam, what do you think this project, this music will bring you this year and the forthcoming year?
Mm. It's yeah, it's hard to have expectations in times like these,
Yeah,
but I I hope we will do a new album and do some sort of tour, play live, uh, if and yeah, be able to spread the message. And if we can do that, I will be more than happy.
and Fate, what is your sensation about the forthcoming year and for 2022? What you think you will do in this span of time?
Professionally, I'm already planning a lot of stuff. I've never been stuck. Maybe the first month of the pandemic, but we really need, every one of us need to go move, go and throw new ideas professionally. On the music too, and we are writing a new album with this project. That will be recorded in the next months, I guess. We're still writing it, so we will let it, um, we will let it flow. But what about the live tours? I wish we could go and play live in 2022, but who knows? But actually, I want to keep my mind positive, and I want to focus myself on this idea of all of us on a big stage in 2022. So hopefully we're
Yeah,
gonna do that
yeah, why
before
not?
sorry, after the recording of a new album. So um, a lot of colleagues, for example musicians, they are like complaining about lack of inspiration. And I would like to wish them to recharge their minds and refocus on their original inspiration, and to find the strength to go on through all this, because this is not the end. This is just a change. This is just a new step for all of us. So we're gonna be well. We're gonna be healthy. We're gonna be okay.
Yeah, I agree with you. And guys, I'm really pleased to have you to here tonight, but the time is over. What I usually say at this moment is I invite all the viewers to go through your channels, go through your social, through your YouTube and Bandcamp if you have one, and buy your merch and music to support your cause. And again, it's been great to have you guys here. Thank you again. Good
Thank you.
Thank
luck
you.
for good luck for everything. Promise you will be back next year to tell us how it's gone and if the project you just mentioned were accomplished or not, because it could happen. But I wish you the best. And just don't go away. Stay in the backstage. I will just bid goodbye to our viewers, and I will back at you for the final goodbye. Okay. So Evo can leave me alone on the screen. Okay, guys. And Miss Fortune had a misfortune, and her connection got lost. So you don't have her beautiful face on the screen. That's just me and my beard. And I want to thank you all the viewers on Twitch because tonight we were a good bunch. And I want to thank everybody that commented and helped us throughout this broadcast. International pairing will be back in 2 weeks with another band. And I hope to see you all again, and be safe. Goodbye.